Welcome to my world. It's nail time.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know I've been gone and I'm sorry, but I am back. In today's video we're going to be doing a set for Earth Day, and we're using Madam Glam today. Fresh Me Up is the first color, and then I will be showing you other colors also from Madam Glam. I really like this blue. It's very, very, very pretty. It's like a sky blue, but in my camera it's showing kind of a little bit light. And then we have electric blue, and this one is a beautiful glitter color. It is beautiful. I love it, but of course my camera is not capturing the beauty of this blue. This one is just a solid blue. I thought it was the glitter blue. The other one is the glitter blue. This is the glitter blue, and this one is called Florida Vibes. And Florida Vibes, I just came back from Florida on vacation, so that's pretty cool that now I have one that's called Florida Vibes. But do you see how pretty these glitters are? Oh my god, I really love this one. So I'm going to be using all these gel polishes, Pure Cloud, and this one is a really, really light pale blue, kind of, you know, it's actually really good for like Easter. So I am using other colors also, but I did not mention that because I didn't have time. But this one is the white one, and then all these other colors is going really fast. But yes, but here we are going to do some polygel. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that your brush is nice and clean and no dirt or nothing in there, no trapped glitter and everything, because you don't want any of that to get inside of your polygel. So I'm going to cut these down with some straight edge clippers because we are going to be doing coffin. And I know a lot of people ask me how I do coffin so fast, and what I do is I take a stiletto tip and I just cut the end of it. So if you're going to do this on a natural nails, I don't recommend you to buff the nail plate with a buffer. Just do prep correctly like you were doing natural nails. But today we're using Nina, so all I'm doing now is removing the shine from the natural nail, which was the nail tip. So yes, so just what you want to do is make sure that you just remove the shine from the nail tips, because with polygel or any gel you need a textured surface for the gel to adhere to. So we're going to come in with our Madam Glam base gel, very thin, and we're going to cure this in our 9-watt Madam Glam pocket lamp for about 60 seconds. And I want to thank everyone for still being here with me. If you know that I work full-time at a nail salon now, so I'm trying my best to throw out some videos out there. So my videos are going to be a little bit different now because I will be doing more videos actually in the shop, you know, showing you, what I do every day and stuff. So I'm still going to be trying to do dip powders and polygels also. So if you do still want me to do that, I will, but I won't be here all the time. I'll be mostly in my group doing live videos if you want to go ahead and do that, but I'm still going to be recording on YouTube also. So we're going to be using Ice Blossom. This is the Madam Glam's polygel, the clear polygel, and this is actually a really clear polygel. And all I'm doing is working my pearl all the way down to the bottom. You don't really need to add a lot. It all depends. It's over, if you want them to be thick, then you would add more, but polygel is already thick, so you don't need them to be too thick. Just make sure you focus on building up that apex, because if the apex is too flat, it's going to crack off where the apex is. So remember, the more you pick up, the more thicker the polygel, the nail is going to be. So I'm using pure alcohol this time, no slip solution, and I'm only applying this very damp. We don't want to saturate your brush with the alcohol because that causes those white residues on the polygel. And also I was asked what I do to get rid of the white residue when you cure the polygel, and pretty much what I do is I do all 5 of the fingers, and when I'm done with all 5, then I cure it all together. And the reason why I do that is because I'm allowing the alcohol to kind of evaporate and kind of dry dry before we put it in the lamp, because when you put this in the lamp there's still kind of wetness from the alcohol, and that can cause the white residues and everything on the polygel. So if you're having problems with that, just, you know, give it a few minutes, like probably a couple seconds, probably 30 seconds, if you don't want to do all 5 of the nails, and you won't get those white residues. Here we picked up more polygel. Now, so you can see, the more you pick up, the thicker it is. This is actually what I like to do. This is actually the thickness that I like. Not many like them thick. Working at a salon, I think I kind of know now that not everybody likes the same things. So, you know, this might not work for you if you don't like thick nails. So there's, you know, you could always work with a polygel. If it's too thick, you know, file it down a little bit. And if you don't like it thick, just pick up, you know, don't pick up that much. But this is pretty much how I pick up when I work on clients or myself, because I don't like my nails that thin. So it's just really all for preference. So if you do pick up a lot, just make sure that the apex is correctly placed, because the thickness will kind of confuse you a little bit. So you want to make sure that the apex is right in the same spot. You don't want these nails to be too thick by the cuticle area, because then you'll have too much to file and it won't look right. You know, it'll take you a long time. So what I do is I will go by the ends of the tips and I will kind of like drag the polygel to the ends of the tips, so when I file, it doesn't peel and I'm not over filing and I'm not literally removing the polygel from the actual nails, because this stuff does stretch. It really does stretch. But if you don't put it directly where it's supposed to go, when you go to file, you're gonna have pockets and you're gonna have indentions of the polygel. So real quick, before you cure, you want to take your brush and a little bit of your alcohol, and you kind of want to, you know, pull the sides out to where it meets with the tip. So when you do cure, you'll have that much time to like file, and you won't have to worry about actually filing away at the polygel, if that makes sense. I've made mistakes plenty times to where I don't go all the way towards the, you know, the sidewalls of the nail tips, and then when I go to file, I'm missing a whole chunk of polygel in the corner. So we're going to use our alcohol swipe or anything that you have for, you know, sanitation, and we're going to take off the inhibition layer from the polygel, because Madam Glam has a sticky layer. You don't have to if you don't want to, because you could definitely use this, you know, as another coat for your base gel, but I did take it off because we are filing, and I did file in shape, and so we're going to add another coat of the Madam Glam's base gel. If your LED lamp is less than 14 watts, then I recommend you to cure these polygels and the base gel for at least 2 minutes. If it's higher than a 14-watt lamp, then it's safe to do it for 30 seconds. Remember that LED lamps are different. They're not like UV lamps. So when you cure with an LED lamp, it's a lot faster. So we're coming with one coat thinly first, and we're going to apply this thinly. I do make mistakes sometimes to where I'm just like gulping this on there, and then I wonder why it's wrinkling and it's peeling off, and it's because it's too thick. So make sure that you put it on very thin. Your first coat should be very thin. And this is another color from the Madam Glam. I can't really pronounce it, but I think it's called Cafe Latte. And so we are just repeating the process and applying all these gel polish, the first coat thinly. So in this part we're going to paint planet Earth. We're going to paint Earth, and thinly we're going to make Earth. You don't want to do this too thick, especially when using gel polish, because if it's too thick it's not going to cure properly. If you're using acrylic paint, you'll be okay. Just make sure that, you know, they're not thick also, because, you know, acrylic paint does kind of it does kind of crumble a little bit. But I use gel polish. Also, one of my subscribers asked me why I use gel polish. I use gel polish because I absolutely have no patience for acrylic paint. It dries too fast for me, and I feel like I have no control of where it's going. Like with with gels, you could mess up. You don't have to be so perfect, and it works a lot better because you don't have to be that fast. Even though, you know, being fast is great, but you don't have to be that fast. You don't have to worry about like it being clumpy. So you could apply this thinly and cure and be fast at the same time. But I just enjoy working with gel polish because gel polish to me is just the best. I feel I tried doing this with nail polish, but nail polish just dries too fast for me. Acrylic paint is too clumpy for me. So gel polish, I would say, is my go-to. I really love it. So the first layer, of course, you just want to put under for about 30 seconds in your little LED lamp. And if you're using a UV lamp, then I would say 1 minute. So right now we're just painting. We're just trying to make waves and going back and forth with my brush. I'm using the brush is 11 millimeter, so it's just a detail brush to make these little lines for the ocean. So make sure in between you know, layers, you are curing this, because you don't want to not cure it. You don't want to, you know, over flood this with the gel polish. So whenever you use whenever you use the color, you would want to cure this. So usually what I do is, if I'm using one color, I will use one color for all of the nails. Like if I'm using the green one, I will do all the nails. You know, if I'm using the glitter one, any of the nails that I need to use with the glitter, I will use it. So I'm not over curing the gel polish. And that's pretty much what I'm doing. So over here I'm just squiggling. I'm doing whatever because I'm trying to make the earth kind of, you know, how it has the clouds and everything. And so this part we are doing, it's supposed to be like a little rock with like a little wave going on. So in this part, you know, you could be creative, you could do whatever you want. It doesn't have to be perfect, because you're gonna go back and you're gonna correct your mistakes. So I always have fun when I paint. I really have fun painting this and everything. So also I do advise that when you are curing, make sure that your gel polish swatches are not under the lamp, because then it's just going to cure the gel polishes on your little, you know, mesh that you have. So make sure that when you are curing it, you remove it from the lamp, because you don't want to cure that on the piece of paper like I have for a long time, because then you have to like reuse, you know, gel polish, and you know, you have to waste because you're curing it and not noticing like I was. I'm just crazy. So always cure it in between layers. this is what the nails look like. I really love Earth. I think I love Earth. I love all of them actually. Let me know which one is your favorite. I hope you guys love this, and I love all of you, and I will see you on the next video, and I will definitely talk to you in our group. We reached 2,000 members. Thank you, and I love y'all. I will see you next time.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.